Hey everybody, this is Eric Nelson with Nelson Gunsmithing. Got a big project in front of us today. We got two new revolvers from courtesy of Taurus USA. This is the Rossi RP63. It's a 6-shot 357 Magnum. The other one is the Taurus 856. This is not the Toro. This is their line model. It came with these really sweet grips. I don't know if these are standard or just got thrown in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to inspect the cylinders real quick. The way we do that is with the handy Brownells Range Rod Master Kit. So this is very easy. What we're going to do, let's set the Taurus aside. Start with the Rossi. Now, obviously I've shown you clear already, but here's what we're going to do. We run the rod down to the chamber. You can see it hit back there. Okay? That means that your cylinder is lined correctly. We back it out. There you go. And I can see it pushing back the firing pin. I'll do it again. We'll gotta do it 6 times. So you see the firing pin there? Here we go. We're good. Pushes back again. Pushes back again. Pushes back again. Excellent. There we go. So that's all 6. We have good consistent alignment. We can put this tool away now. So the next step is we want to inspect the cylinder gap. And this cylinder gap is just razor thin. See if you can see through there with, oops. See if you can see through there with the light. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bust out my feeler gauges. I'm going to pause this for a second to do that, and I'll show you what I will show you what the cylinder gap is. Okay, guys, there's the jump. We're going to start with our .004. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the trigger, keep it pinned back. .004 passes in there very nicely. Okay, let's go to .005. Ooh, it goes. That's tight. She's tight. It doesn't quite want to go from this side. Okay, so .05 is our magic number. And just because, if you guys probably want to see it, but, you know, .006, I can't get in there without some force. So what we're going to do, okay, we are now on the other side of the cylinder from where we are. So again, we're going to start with our .04. Nice and smooth. .005. Okay. So the cylinder is just a hair off balance. You can see it's just a bit tighter on this top of the cylinder than on the bottom. But we're looking for that .003 to .006 for a pretty good amount of cylinder gap. So that's all right. That's exactly in spec for this gun. I'm just trying to see if that rod is out of alignment, and that looks pretty good to me. And granted, I'm kind of eyeballing here, but I don't see it. I don't see it deviating. You know, if I saw it like going back and forth, then I'd be concerned. But this looks pretty tight, and as it should for a new gun. Okay, next step, we're going to pop open the side, and we're going to take the grips off, and I'm going to lubricate this thing real quick. Not exactly sure how they recommend it be done, but I will start with the way we lubricate revolvers here. Wow, that was some work. This was very stubborn. You know how hard it is to get new side plates off of revolvers. It took me a good 10 minutes of coaxing it with the brass hammer and giving it some love, and it finally fell out. Pretty classic design. Nothing super new jumping out at me here. It's got some lubrication in it. That's good. You know, we may do a full tear down on this afterwards. If we do, I'll do my own lubrication job on it. Well, no, we're going to tear it down to rebuild it later. So yes, I will lube it with my own stuff. This gun's been fired a little bit. It's some older residue. Like it's not scraping off. So this has a few rounds through it. But yeah, all in all, I mean, this thing should be good to go for tomorrow. We've inspected the action. I see pretty good Smoothing off the bolt, elevating the hammer, and then the hammer would come forward. Excellent. So let's put this, there we go, single action mode. If you guys can see here, that's a good notch, lots of positive reinforcement, real happy about that. These looks like they are MIM parts. You can see the casting molds here. Not the end of the world, you know, technology's come a long way. I think I still prefer billet for parts like the disconnector though. And we'll be, of course, replacing like the trigger return spring, and we'll messing with the hammer springs. Anyway, there we go. So that's the guts. I'm going to set this aside for a moment. I'm going to switch over to the Taurus, and then before I put everything back together, I want to do a side-by-side comparison so you can see what the Rossi RP63 and the new 856 have in common.